Okay. Get a link out of this thing. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. All right. Oh, man. I was like practically live at 8:15 and I adjusted the camera just a little more and just a little more and then that delved into insanity. And then I turned on the headset and realized so I paired my Barracuda headset with my phone the other day for some reason or other. I don't remember why. And now it's stuck in Bluetooth mode and I don't know how to get it out. I don't know how to put it back into RF mode. I cannot seem to figure it out. Completely lost. So, yeah, I gave up trying to figure that out. I went downstairs and I got my other headset from the other room. That's how we're solving that problem today. So, I probably sound different than usual. All right. So, as you are aware, I have signed up for a little bit of mayhem. I was doing some math in my head earlier and kind of thinking, did I really just sign up for that? Is this 2024 holiday all over again? And I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but oh well. At least this is sparkly. Well, okay, you can say that about holiday too, so point moot, but whatever. Alright, there you go. That is 20 boxes. So, there we go. Take and put this over here. I don't know why this one stack was in weird. I guess that'll be an interesting variable to pay attention to later? Question mark? Hmm. Well, I'm just gonna put them like that, I guess. Okay, how much of that is 1, 2, 3, 4? You can see the corner, sure. Okay, we'll go with it. It kind of works. It works better when I don't elbow the camera. Okay, and then is that? That's number 5. Okay, so there's no more room to be stolen on top of there. That's fine. We will just go like that. We'll get creative. I need to grab this out from behind there, though. And before we even get started, I know I'm going to need some more sleeves there. And let's grab top loaders. Since we are doing it. Okay. Outstanding. Zoom out what little bit I have. There we go. Knife, come over here. All right. Celebration begin. Okay, so what is our format here? One, two, let's see, I guess I said that I'm going to do rookies separate. So I should do rookies separate, eh? Okay, so it's basically 8 cards. Then we hit our hits. Opening day foil. Find my camera here. Javi Baez. Confetti. Lawrence Butler for the A's. Jack Caglione for the Royals. On the Stars of the MLB. Cal Ripken Jr. on the 8-Bit Ballers. And perennial All-Stars, Pete Alonso. Leave that one. I believe we set aside. Not positive. These others, I believe, will start to stack up. Alright, so it's one. I've done my stacks all backwards here. What you can't see is that I've done different setup with the camera mount with it down the middle of me and my arms bear hugging around it, and it's weird. I don't normally like this setup, but it gets me the angle I want without the reflection on my hand, so I'm trying it tonight. But it does mean that I'm finding it a little weird trying to work around this obstacle right now and find the cards. No rookies in that one. Or I'm blind and didn't see any of them. I'm going to want those in their own pile by the end of this. Wow, this table is feeling really crowded really fast. All right, Juan Soto on the big ticket player. Titans of the game, Gunnar Henderson. Swingin' Friar for the Padres, our first mascot card. And perennial All-Stars, Tatis Jr. Did I might have read the room on the perennial All Stars. That might be every pack. Eh? I don't know. I'm one of those that has a hard time stopping once I start something. So I don't know. I guess I could pull them back out. I did not think to check ahead of time which ones were the more rare of the inserts. I guess actually what I should do is just not top load any inserts because otherwise I'm going to go through an absolute ton of top loaders and just stick to parallels of inserts if they come up. There we go. More like that. Because, yeah, it occurs to me, otherwise I'm going to go through literally the remainder of my case of top loaders and probably still not make it through the break. So I guess if I'm doing it that way, I'll slide Cal into sleeve here real fast. Okay. Let's put you there. Okay. Rookie team card. Rookie McCutcheon on the game day drip. I guess we'll put that over here. Dinger for the Rockies on the mascot card. Bryce Harper on the Stars of the MLB for the Phillies. Schwarber, Alonso, Soto. So I'll do a random for that afterwards. And then Guardians, Schneemann. Okay, put that there and flag it there with a piece of tape. That'll be my reminder that I need to do something with it. Let's put Butler in one real quick. Probably ought to at least penny sleeve these foils real fast. There we go. All right. Oh, damn it. And back here. How many mascots do we hit per box? I guess I thought it was only one or two. It may be more. I know that Game Day Drip is not every single pack. That can get sleeved. Okay. All right. All right. Rookie. And I will, of course, go back through for rookies a second time. I have not opened much 26, and so my eyes are definitely not immediately scanning efficiently for them. They're still looking in 2025 spots. Let's see. Don't sleep or yeah, don't top load. There we go. That guy can go there. Okay. Yeah, maybe Game Day Drip is on the common side. Here we go. Felt like it stuck together, but no, we're good. Come on, brain. Process. Christian Campbell on the confetti. Gunnar Henderson on the Stars of the MLB. Baxter for the Diamondbacks on the mascot card. And Matt Chapman on the Game Day Drip for the Giants. There we go. And of course, with the three ways at the end, I'll count them up. If I have enough, I'll divvy them out one to each team round robin. If I don't have enough, we'll do the wheel. So standard fare. You know how that goes. Will Vest. Rookie. Da, da, da. rookie. First pitch. Jordan on the Stars. Ellie on the 8-bit baller. Bobby Witt on the perennial all-star. Rookie. Go. Miz on the 8-bit baller. Tristan Peters on the... Actually, that's not a celebration, is it? That's a holofoil. Yeah, standard holofoil. That's a celebration. Michael McGreevy. I'll deal with that in a second. Basallo for the Orioles. Mookie Betts on the game day drip. And then finally, Mascot. He's just named Mascot. Indeed. For the Brewers. Yeah, that is a standard holo foil. Pretty sure. Ugh, there we go. The penny sleeves with a curled corner. Gotta love it. Alright. Devers on the Stars of Seiya Suzuki, of course, on the 1991. Sorry, Raymond on the Mascot, and then Gunnar Henderson on the game day drip. Oh, there we go. Alright, hang on. I have to put some sort of music on because of this particular gaming headset. You may remember we've dealt with this in the past. That was the nice thing about the Barracuda, is that it doesn't suffer from this problem. Uh, However, my HyperX, yeah, it has auto power off, and me talking is not enough to keep it active. So let me just pull up something to listen to. Ironically, I don't even think it has to run through the headset. I think it can be on the other output. All right. The Miz is 99. Where did I just set him down? Here he is. Yeah, green. Good call. Very nice. Very nice. 74. That one's kind of hard to see without the overhead light on. I'm running off of just my LEDs. You can kind of see it there. But yes, 74 out of 99. Very good catch. Thank you. You are exactly correct. this guy can come back down. Now that I know that they are not like, I thought they were like one or two per box. So yeah, six per. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Rookie. Rookie. There we go. John Duran. The confetti. Mookie Betts on the Titans of the Game. Slider for the Guardians. And Ricky. 8-bit baller. The oh no, it would not have gotten forgotten. After this, I'm going back through and I'm sleeving all of these inserts, and then everything's going to get looked at like 5 times before it gets into a bag and labeled, anyways. So I run a very high touch operation. It's not very efficient. It's not efficient at all. It would definitely come up at some point. But no, I appreciate you catching that. And I do need to grab this foil real fast. Probably going to get a little more lazy about some of the other inserts as we go, but I am going to try to stay on top of the foils in particular. I was just going to say something though. Oh yeah. Sorry about not seeing chat for a little bit there too. As it turns out, the massive pile of celebration boxes was blocking the bottom half of my screen. So you all had to talk for 12, 13 minutes for it to push up far enough to get above the boxes for me to see you. So sorry about that. Occupational hazard, you know. Rookie, 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 rookie. I really did not think this through when I laid this out. You need to come over this way. You need to be over there, and you need to be in the middle. That's much better. Okay. Bernie Brewer is our mascot out of this pack. Jazz Chisholm Jr., very much game day drip, unarguably. Vlad Jr., Blue Jays on the stars of the MLB. Jake Wilson, Athletics on the 1991. Glossier? No, it's not Glossier. Pete Crow Armstrong. Standard rainbow foil. Yeah, I suppose that's a nice little wrinkle of surprise there in that I am not fully up to speed on 2026, like full range of inserts and parallels and everything. So I could run into something I don't know. God, because I zoomed it out to 1 times my hands are so far up, it feels like I'm absolutely just, I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, sorry. I talk too much. Rookie. Rookie. Nolan Shanuel on the celebration. James Wood, Titans of the Game. Alex Freeland, Dodgers on the 8-bit ballers. Kyle Tucker, Cubs on the perennial All-Stars. Would you not? There we go. Alright, somewhere between A and B. That's better. Alright. Greatest hits. Manny Machado for the Padres. Otani on the Stars of the MLB. Wally the Green Monster. And Lindor for the Game Day Drip. I really just need an assorted standard insert pile, and I think maybe that's what I do with First Pitch, is just convert that to regular Series 1 things that I can't be bothered to try to keep straight from each other. That's probably best. All right. What the hell? Okay. Naylor. Do, do, do. Ryne Sandberg on the 1991. Aaron Judge on the Titans of the Game insert. Mr. Met himself on the mascot card. And Mookie Betts, perennial all-star. Wrong stack. There we go. All right. Oh, and the Peepers cards, I have to go back through and look for those because I'm almost certainly not going to notice those. Those are too subtle. Like I have to stare at every card individually to see them. Jacob Wilson Athletics on Stars of the MLB. Toronto Blue Jays team card on Celebration. All right, Ms. 8-Bit Ballers, the regular one this time. Is Walk This Way a special version? Because yes, it was. Yes, it is Walk This Way. Okay, so that's a parallel. Okay, noted. uh, all right. Well, up on the board. All right. Well, I will have plenty to go back through. That's for sure. Okay. Cal Raleigh on the 1991. Ellie, Stars of the MLB. Orbit is our mascot. And J-Ram for the Game Day Drip. I assume when we hit those, they're pretty much always going to be at that last position before you get to the hits, or are in a hit position, really, is what I'm saying. Or are they truly mixed in anywhere from 1 through 8 to keep it real dangerous? Matt McLain on the confetti parallel. Buxton. Uh, did anyone catch? See, he got drilled in the elbow, I believe, hit by batter 2 days ago, maybe. He did not wait around. He like immediately turned and just started walking off into the dugout and signaled for them to put a runner in. Anyone find out how he's doing? Anyone got him on their fantasy team? Happen to know? I'm guessing it was just like a bad zinger sort of situation that probably fine after a maybe a day or two rest, but hopefully didn't break anything. All right, Judge on the 25 All Tops team, Caglione on the Titans of the Game, Billy the Marlin on the mascot, and Bryce Harper on the 8-bit baller. Excuse me. Mascot for the Orioles. Acuna on the game day drip. Miz on the Stars of the MLB. Carson Seymour on the Confetti Parallel. And Troy Melton on a standard holofoil parallel. All right. Kirby Puckett on the 1991. Titans of the Game, J-Rod. Mikey T on the 8-bit baller. And Paul Skeens, perennial all-star. Yep. Yu Darvish on the Confetti Parallel. Jackson Churio Game Day Drip. The A's mascot and Aaron Judge. Stars of. Brandon Garcia, Diamondbacks on the Confetti Parallel. Corbin Carroll, Titans of the Game. Screech, mascot card. And Nolan Ryan, 8-bit baller. Ah, there we go. Beavers. Rookie. Rookie. All right. McGuire on the 1991. Harper on the Titans of the game. Slugger on the mascot card. And Arenado on the perennial All-Stars. All right, Willie Adames on the confetti. Juan Soto on the Titans of the game. Derek Jeter on the 8-bit baller. And Tarek Skubal. I'm becoming increasingly close to buying myself a new desk for work setup at home so that I can repurpose my current sit stand desk for breaking so that I could break standing up for times like this where my back is killing me and I just wish I could stand. All right. Opening day foil for Tristan English. Matthew Boyd, hollow foil. There we go. Bryce Miller, confetti. Stars, J-Ram. Aaron Judge, game day drip. Clark for the Cubs, mascot. Got hollow foil next to a confetti foil. Nope. Playing it through the speakers does not qualify in terms of keeping the headset alive. Damn it. It's fine. Where's volume mixer? You. All right, there. Good enough. Okay. Yes, there it is. I was thinking I had one more that I needed to reach over and sleeve. There it is. Okay. All right. Bobby Witt on the big ticket player. Pete Crow Armstrong on the Titan of the game. 8-bit baller Aaron Judge. Ellie on the perennial All-Star. Hunter Goodman on the Confetti Parallel. Francisco Lindor. Stars. Minimize that volume mixer. It's a light mode screen on a bunch of dark mode screens, and it's freaking out my peripheral vision. Pirate Parrot. And Bobby Witt Jr. on the Game Day Drip. All right. Manny Machado, 91. Chase Burns, Stars of the MLB. 8-Bit Ballers, PCA. And J-Ram on the Perennial All-Stars. Pause for the Tigers. J-Rod on the Game Day Drip. Skeens on the Stars of the MLB. Mookie Betts on the Profiles insert. Nathan Church on the Standard Rainbow Foil. And Will Warren on the Pink Holofoil for the Yankees. Eh, in terms of anything moving the needle, we've really only hit the 99 Miz parallel so far, and then the Will Warren Pink Holofoil. Everything else has just been base inserts copies. So, which isn't to say, hits versus no hits, just in terms of like, earth shaking. Stuff to write home about. Stuff to use like collect calling minutes on, if you will. Uh-oh. Alright, what did I disconnect? And is it my camera? No? Camera's still good. Okay. Well. Huh. Alright. The problem with trying to scoot things behind other things is I got cables back there, and I got loose USB connectors that don't like being touched. Luckily, the cable going into the phone isn't flaky. I replaced that, but there's some stuff under the monitor that doesn't like being touched, and it just got touched. But I needed to offload that base pile. It was getting too tall. both Cubs. It's fine. If they were different teams, it'd have to go over there. Nick Kurtz, greatest hits, insert. Yelich, stars of Caglione, 8-bit baller, and Juan Soto, perennial all-star. That goes over there. For a second, I paused. I was like, oh, all right, what insert is this? Oh, it's just a gold cup. Those are normal. So much goofy shit layered on. All right, Ken Griffey Jr., 8-bit baller. Ace for the Blue Jays. Elly De La Cruz, Titans of the Game. Andrew Benintendi for the White Sox. It's almost like I had the Royals. Almost. Andrew Rasmussen, Tampa Bay. Opening day foil. TC Bear for the Twins. Oops. Carlos Correa, game day drip. Roman Anthony, stars of the MLB. Bobby Witt Jr., 1991. And Ryan Pepio on the rainbow foil. It looks pinkish, but it's just my lighting. Everything looks a little pinkish. I suppose I could take this and hit there. Yeah, it looks rainbow now. Yeah. Alright, that's where all the pink was coming from. That one panel. My pink light. Roman Anthony on the 8-bit ballers. Yelich, perennial all-star. Acuna on the stars of. Ryan Ritter on the 1991. And Ceddanne Rafaela on, I believe that is Aqua. Is it? Or is it not? Teal or Aqua holofoil, maybe? It looks holofoil, not celebration, I'll say that much. But it is not numbered, from what I can tell. Unless it's hidden well. We're going with teal, because I think there's a teal non-numbered, isn't there? In the Series 1 base, that is. Bobby Witt, 8-bit baller. Ohtani, perennial all-star. Roman Anthony on the Titans card. And Cam Schlitter on the confetti foil. Come on, hands. You got this. The problem with having done yard work earlier today is my grip's a little tired. So cards are a little delicate for what I'm doing. Philly Fanatic on the mascot card, Ellie De La Cruz on the game day drip, Mookie Betts, uh, Basalio on the big ticket player, and JT Jin on a pink confetti foil. Vlad Jr., game day drip, Mariner Moose on the mascot card, Bobby Witt Jr., stars of the MLB, Dean Kremer, celebration or confetti rather, and then Cal Raleigh behind him on the holofoil parallel. Right. Bobby Witt on the profiles insert. Bobby Witt on the Titans of the game. Shohei, 8-bit baller. Vlad Jr., perennial all-star. Both Mets, good there. Mrs. Met on the mascot card. Corbin Carroll on the game day drip. James Wood, and finally Dodgers duo on the confetti. Well, you all know Series 1 better than I do. I don't have any built-up repertoire with it, so or rapport, I guess is the word I'm looking for. White Sox mascot. Owen Case with the Cubs on the 8-bit. Acuna Jr. on the Titans, and Dylan Cruz. Oops, confetti. For the Nationals. Mayo. Those cards. Otani on the game day drip. Mr. Red. Juan Soto on the stars of Matt Chapman, greatest hit, and Zach McKinstry on the rainbow foil. Carson Williams for the Rays on the 8-bit baller. PCA on the perennial All-Star. Mikey T on the Titans. And finally, whoops, Brett Beatty. Nice smooth flat landing there. Got lucky. On the confetti parallel. These are going to be some really big stacks by the time this is done. Holy crap, guys. What have I done? This is going to be worse than the holiday debacle, isn't it? Oh, what have I done? I can tell you one thing. I do not think we are getting through all of it tonight. Even going quickly, I do not think so. Chris Sale on the perennial All-Star, Kyle Teal on the 8-bit baller, J-Rod on the Stars of, Zach Wheeler, confetti. Bryce Matthews, 1991. Paul Skeens, Titans card. Rosie Red, mascot. Bryce Harper, perennial. Oh, okay. Okay. Going to pause and stretch my back. Now what unplugged? Computer, stop it. Oh, you know what? I think I bypassed that stupid dock for my camera. I think I'm going directly into the laptop now, so I don't think I have to worry about that. Okay. All right. Do some twists, do some bends, do some more twists, do some more bends. All right, box number 4. How is this only box 4? How do we have so many inserts after only 4 boxes? Devers on the 1991, which I think I'm officially going to stop sleeving at this point. Titans. Ohtani 8-bit. Vlad Jr. perennial. I really want to stop sorting rookies too, but I don't want to have to go back and sort the rookies later because I know what a mental barrier that's going to be to have to pick up and sort 3/4 of the case of rookies without you all watching. McCutchen, greatest hit. Acuna, stars of Roman Anthony, 8-bit baller, and Yelich, perennial all-star. Oh, that's just because Benjamins are quiet. I mean, who said that? That was part of the stretching. You have to stretch all the muscles. Inside, outside. Uh, White Sox mascot, Owen Case, 8-bit baller. Acuna Jr., Titan. Royce Lewis, confetti foil. Ryan Ritter, rainbow foil. Corey Seager, 91. Juan Soto, stars of. Ohtani, game day drip. Mr. Red. Carson Williams, 8-bit baller for the Rays. PCA, perennial all-star for the Cubs. Mike Trout, Titans. Yusei Kikuchi for the Angels. Confetti. Mookie Betts on the big ticket player. Raffy Devers on the Stars of the MLB. Raymond for the Rays on the mascot card and game day drip. Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles. Wrong stack. Right stack. Much better. Uh, how much, if any, is the neighbor's music picking up on my mic? Pedro Martinez, Red Sox. Alvarez. I've turned off my music that was playing on my speakers earlier that was picking up, so anything that you do catch over the mic is from the neighbor's car outside across the street. Ellie De La Cruz, 8-bit baller. Bobby Witt. At least I assume it's the car. It could also be his back patio. Sometimes he does music out there too. If it keeps going, I may have to switch my own keeping the headphones noise over to white noise because music on music is kind of weird considering that I'm literally listening to like elevator music filler noise. So, yeah. My nothing music and his someone else's music is just like this weird soup in my head. It's not jiving. All right, Mason Miller on the confetti. Mookie Betts on the Titans. Slider is our mascot, and Ricky Henderson on the 8-bit baller. Get some of these out of the way again. Jack Caglione on the Stars of, and then we got Cool Crushers for the Phillies on the confetti. Cal Ripken Jr. is our 8-bit baller, and then Pete Alonso behind that on the perennial All-Star. Schwellenbach on our confetti. Max Muncy on the opening day foil for the Bucks. James Wood on the Stars of. Mrs. Met on the mascot. And Corbin Carroll on the game day drip. And humor me for just a moment. I'm actually going to top load these since they are just one to the box. They deserve it. They earned it. All right. Bueno. Ah, ha, ha, that was the bottom half of the phone mount. Ooh, that's directly in my thigh. Ow. Did not see that coming. I will have to be more careful when I adjust. Okay. Whew. Stabby, stabby. Okay. Man, it's weird seeing Cabrian on the Reds. Chipper Jones, 1991. Gunner, Titans. Swingin' Friar on the mascot card. And Tatis Jr., perennial. Bryce Harper, Stars of the MLB. Chase Burns on the confetti. Wickelman Gonzalez on the hollow foil. Andrew McCutchen on the game day drip. And Dinger on the mascot card. Extremely useful skill that will carry me during the apocalypse. I can tell the holofoil from the confetti. Hey, autograph! Marlins, Jacob Marcy. Come back for you in just a second. Caglione profiles. Titans of the Game, Vlad Jr., Chase Burns, 8-bit, and Kershaw, perennial all-star. Nice. We hit ink. And it only took 4 boxes to get there. How about that? All right, Gunnar Henderson on the Stars of MLB. Andrew McCutchen is our confetti foil. Baxter for the Diamondbacks, and Matt Chapman on the game day drip. All right, last pack of that box. Sweet. Oh. Okay. Let's keep twisting that upper and middle back and hoping that it keeps moving for me. Keep moving. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Vlad Jr., Acuna, greatest hits. Castellanos on a rainbow foil. Jazz Chisholm, game day drip. And Bernie Brewer. Let's see that real quick. Yeah, okay. Seeing whether the color was indicative of anything or not, and no, it is not really. Okay. Mike Trout, stars of Nolan McLean on the confetti, Tessie for the Red Sox, and Javi Baez on the game day drip. Tony Hawk, first pitch for the Padres. Tariq Skubal, stars the MLB. Kyle Schwarber, 8-bit. Jose Altuve on the perennial. Wickelman. Dun, 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 dun. Basayo, Titans. Contreras, Confetti, Blooper is our mascot, and Machado, perennial All Stars. All right. Miz. Sagano on a rainbow foil. Buxton on the 1991. Tatis Jr. on the stars of. Tatis Jr. on the game day drip. And Fred Bird for the Cardinals. Fernando Tatis Jr. on the Titans of the game. Kyle Freeman for the Rockies on the confetti. Nick Kurtz, 8-bit ballers. And Mike Trout. I have a Aldi 10s unit. I need to get new electrodes for it. The stick wore off on the existing pads, and I think I have a set for it. I just have to figure out where they're at. They are around. Course, that's one of those that you never feel like doing when you're actively in pain, and then when you're feeling better, you have the checklist of all the stuff that you needed to do when you were in pain. Yeah, yeah, tens unit. Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised. Aldi was selling them. I think I paid like $22, $23 or something for it. It was really, really cheap for what it does. So of course, Amazon. Corbin Carroll for the Diamondbacks on the opening day. Cole Young, Mariners on the confetti. James Wood on the Titans. Alex Freeland on the 8-bit. Kyle Tucker, perennial All Stars. uh, All right. Corey Seager on another of that awkward teal, I think. Chase Burns on the 1991. Otani on the Stars of the MLB. Wally Green Monster on the mascot card. And Francisco Lindor on the game day drip. We'll cover up the rainbow foil. It's fine. Hey, look at that. Ben Williamson to 2026 for the Mariners. 462. Anthony Volpe, Confetti, Jacob Wilson on the Stars of, Jacob Mizrowski on the 8-bit baller, and Aaron Judge, perennial All-Star. Kyle Teel on the big ticket. Aaron Judge on the Titans, Mr. Met on the mascot, and Mookie Betts on the perennial All-Star. Michael Harris II on the Confetti, Spencer Horwitz for the Pirates on the holofoil, Basayo on the Stars of the MLB, Mookie Betts game day drip, and Brewers mascot rocking his barrel. Okay. Jeff Bagwell, 1991 parallel. Shohei Ohtani on the Titans of the game. Bubba Chandler for the Pirates on the 8-bit ballers, and Francisco Lindor, perennial All-Stars. Ohtani on the greatest hits, insert. Kyle Teel for the White Sox on the Stars of the MLB. The Rangers captain on the mascot card, and Pete Crow Armstrong on the game day drip. Rocking that Justin Timberlake all white look. Schlitter. Morales on Confetti. Corbin Carroll on the Stars of the MLB. Basayo on the 8-Bit Baller, and Acuna Jr. on the Perennial All-Star. Oh, I'm debating how far to try to push into this. Because on one hand, I'm already in pain. On the other hand, yeah, and I'm going to be. Let's try and get a couple more done at least. Oops. Ran into my own light. Okay, there we go. Okay. Onward we go. Corbin Carroll. Wilson Contreras. Cardinals. Confetti. Samuel Basayo. 8-Bit Baller. Acuna Jr., Perennial All-Star. Come on. Hand, you are betraying me. Both athletics, we're good there. Nick Kurtz, 2025. All Tops team. Ugh, it's upside down. The horror. Bryce Harper, Titans. Slugger, mascot. Arenado. Perennial All-Star. Will Vest, holofoil for the Tigers. Blake Snell, confetti for the Dodgers. J-Ram, stars of the MLB. Aaron Judge, game day drip. And Clark for the Cubs. Hey. O'Neal Cruz for the Pirates. Relic card. Major League material. Nice. Jordan Alvarez, 1991. PCA Titans. Aaron Judge, 8-bit. Ellie on the perennial. Oh, I can't see. You are. Oh, you're 108. Whoa, you're big. Are you that one? Nice. There we go. Sorry, I'm having to try to find those almost exclusively by touch. I'll be honest. I cannot see back there. I buried it in stuff to make room for the pile of boxes. And then I shoved that stuff further back to make room for the stack of base cards that I am building back here. It's getting gnarly already, guys. All right, let's go. Lindor, Stars of. James Wood on the confetti. Pirate Parrot, mascot card. Bobby Witt Jr., game day drip. Caglione, greatest hits. Nice. Chase Burns, Stars of. PCA on the 8-bit. And JRAM, perennial. Corbin on the Titans. Josh Nixon on the confetti card. Screech, mascot, and Nolan Ryan, 8-bit. J-Rod on the big ticket. Otani on the Titans. Bubba Chandler for the Pirates. 8-bit. Lindor with the Mets. Perennial All-Star. Come here, come here, come here, come here. There we go. All right, for the Rockies. Warming Bernabel. 1197 out of 2026. Wow, Shohei on the opening day. I guarantee you that that is not $0. It's definitely more than one. And I, if I could be so bold, am going to say that that probably sells for more than $2 as well. Just going to go out on a limb. Got a hunch. Tessie is our mascot. Javier Baez. Oops. Javi Baez is our game day drip. Get back here, rookies. I was just about to move you too. I was just trying to get through those packs first. Mike Trout and Teoscar on the confetti. Behave yourself. I don't have a space for you if I'm going to be completely honest. That may be the other reason that we pause for the evening. Is I run out of places to move things. Because while I have made some progress up here, I've also been cleaning and moving things around and sorting, so stuff is everywhere. PCA is our 1991 parallel. Treeks Gooble. On the stars of Kyle Schwarber, 8-Bit Ballers, and Jose Altuve, perennial All-Stars. Can you go up 2 clicks, maybe? Let's see what that looks like. Gunnar Henderson, Confetti, Pasayo on the Titans, Blooper, and Machado on the perennial All-Stars. Tatis Jr. Game Day Drip. Fred Bird on the mascot. Tatis Jr. on the stars of the MLB. Ellie De La Cruz on the profiles. And Pearson Ole for the Twins on a standard rainbow foil parallel. Tatis Jr. on the Titans. Kansas City Royals team card on the confetti. Nick Kurtz, 8-Bit, and Mike Trout. Perennial. Yeah, I'm not doing that rainbow this year. There's too many parallels now across too many exclusive products that make it hard to trade for. Just, no, not doing it. I have one impossible to finish rainbow hanging over my head. I'd like to finish that first, or at least finish the non one of one part of it. You know what I mean? I'm not counting one of ones in that. That's fine. Nolan McLean for the Mets. 1991. Kyle Teal for the White Sox. Stars of. Rangers captain. Mascot. PCA. Game day drip. Alright, that's the end of box 6. Let me move around a little more and see if I have one more in me. It's my right rib. like on the rear side specifically, that is the real pain point. When I'm holding the card out in front of the camera, like that's the one that starts to become stabby and like make it feel like I can't breathe. All right, we'll keep trying. This is box 7. Ooh, although I have to deal with the rookie situation before we continue, so let me move a thing, and I can move a thing, and then I can move a thing. There we go. And then I can put that there. Okay. That will completely suffice for one box. We will just take it one box at a time. Okay. So here we go. Tarek Skubal on the All Tops team. Bobby Witt on the Stars of the MLB. Rosie Red on the mascot. And Bryce Harper, perennial All-Star. Diamondbacks team card on the confetti. Hoppin' to it for the Braves on a hollow foil. Jake Fraley is our opening day foil. Titans of the Game, Bobby Witt Jr. Vlad Jr. on the game day drip. And the Mariner Moose finally at the end there. All right, Adrian Beltre, 1991. James Wood, Stars of the MLB. Ohtani, 8-bit baller, over here on my right. Vlad Jr., perennial all-star. Acuna Jr. on the Stars of the MLB. Isaac Collins on the confetti. Mrs. Met on the mascot card, and Corbin Carroll on the game day drip. First pitch, Manny Fresh, Guardians. Acuna Jr., Titans. Roman Anthony on the 8-bit. Yelich, perennial all-star. All right. Soto for the Mets on the Stars of the MLB. Yuri Perez for the Marlins on the confetti parallel. The White Sox mascot. And Owen Case for the Cubs on the 8-bit baller. Ah. J-Ram on the confetti. Michael Waka on the awkward teal color thing. Rafael Devers. Carson Williams, Rays on the 8-bit. Pete Crow Armstrong on the perennial. Greatest hits, Patrick Bailey. Jack Caglione on the Stars of the MLB. Raymond on the mascot card. And finally, Gunnar Henderson on the game day drip. Gunnar Henderson on the Titans card. Fried Crochet Rodon. Mark that and set that aside. Ripken on the 8-bit baller, and Pete Alonso. Bo Jackson on the 1991. Bryce Harper, Stars of the MLB. The Friar again for the Padres. And Tatis Jr. again on the perennial All-Star. Rhett Lauder on the confetti, Kyle Teal on the hollow foil, Vlad Jr. on the Titans, Kutch on the game day drip, and Dinger Rockies on the mascot card. Keep adding our hollow foils up there, make it easy to tell them apart. J-Ram on the big ticket, Gunner Stars of, Chase Burns on the 8-bit, and Kershaw. Perennial. Corey Seager on a rainbow foil, Ohtani on the 1991, Trout on the Titans, Ohtani on the game day drip, and Mr. Red on the mascot card. All right. Last pack of box 7 here. Jordan on the Stars of the MLB, Trevor Larnach on the confetti, Baxter on the mascot, and Matt Chapman on the game day drip. Okay, it is 10:22. All right. Let's get it. This is probably my last one. This should put us right at 10:30. And 12 of them to go tomorrow, which is fine. Uh, yeah. Tomorrow we can get a lot earlier start. So, and have a fresh, clean board too. Jose Caballero for the Yankees on the confetti, Helio Ramos on the opening day foil, Elly De La Cruz for the Reds on the Stars of the MLB, Derek Jeter on the 8-bit Ballers, and Tarik Skubal on the perennial All-Stars. Gunner on big ticket player, Byron Buxton, Stars of, Orbit is our mascot, and J-Ram on the game day drip. You stay put. There we go. Jack Caglione on the Titans, Jeremy Pena on the Confetti, Jacob Milton on the pink hollow foil for the Astros, Acuna on the 8-bit baller, and Freddie Freeman on the perennial All-Star. That's fine. All right, Ricky Henderson on the 1991, Mizraski on the Stars of the MLB, Billy and the Marlin over here, and Bryce Harper, 8-bit baller. J-Rod on the Titans card, Bryce Harper on our Confetti, Reed Detmers on a hollow foil, Acuna Jr. on a game day drip, and Orioles mascot. All right, we have Roman Anthony on the profiles insert, Judge on the Stars of the MLB, Mike Trout on the 8-bit baller, and Paul Skeens on the perennial All-Star. C.J. Abrams, Rainbow Foil, Jackson Churio in 1991, Juan Soto Titans, J-Rod Game Day Drip, and Pause on the mascot card. Luinder Avila on the Confetti, Christian Yelich on the Stars of, the Athletics mascot, and Jackson Churio on the Game Day Drip. Bubba Chandler, 1991 parallel. Ellie, Titans of the Game, Jack Caglione on the 8-bit, and Juan Soto, perennial. Roman Anthony on the Stars of, Joey Loperfido on the Confetti, Ace on the mascot card, Ken Griffey Jr., 8-bit. Michael Wacha, Rainbow Foil, Pete Alonso, greatest hit. Roman Anthony, Titan. Carlos Correa, game day drip. And TC Bear for the Twins. All right, we got Mookie Betts, stars of Carlos Estevez doing the Kamehameha on the confetti, Bobby Witt Jr. on the 8-bit parallel, and Shohei Ohtani on the perennial All-Star. Cole Young for the Mariners on the 1991, J-Rod on the stars of the MLB, Philly Fanatic on the mascot, and Elly De La Cruz on the game day drip. Last pack of box number 8. Nolan Arenado as a Cardinal on the confetti, Paul Skeens on the Titans, Kyle Teel White Sox on the 8-bit, and Chris Sale Braves. All right. That is a lot of physical volume so far. Holy cow. I suppose, doing the math, it is 2,880 cards that I will be sorting for this. So, mathematically, yes, it is worse than the holiday situation. Good work, Bear. Way to go. On the other hand, at least it's inserts. Like, the fact that that cuts down on how much base I have to sort a little bit and diversifies it a little, and it takes care of some of the monotony, I can work with it. I will survive. It'll be fine. I'm gonna move this and this. There we go. Okay. I am tired and everything hurts now. So I think here is a great stopping point. It is 10:30. It is right where we should call it. 12 boxes is perfect for tomorrow night. We will get an earlier start, and I don't know, I can do like a intermission part way. Figure something out. I have my ice pack ready, actually. That would help. Get it out halfway, strap it on. That would help considerably. But uh but yeah. I mean, I guess super duper miniature recap. The most miniature of the miniature. Well, I mean, it's not the most because I'm bothering to pick up the 2025s, so technically, and also that profiles can come back down. But we did get two 2025s. We got Warming Bernapel, 1197, or sorry, 26. I'm not very deep into the set. You understand. Ben Williamson, 462 out of 2026. Then we got that Miz Green 99 that we almost missed. Thank you for catching that. 74 out of 99. That is a huge hit. Great catch. O'Neill Cruz, we lucked into a Major League Material Relic, which I gotta say, this year's MLMs are really nice looking. They did well on that. And we got a Baseball Stars auto so far on box number 4, I believe it was. So, GG Marlins, way to go. Yeah, we will pick up tomorrow. I will just throw a dart at the dartboard and say probably 7 o'clock. So, yeah, that's usually when I tend to do it. I might set it to 7:15. I do that sometimes. I don't know. We could start early. There's nothing stopping us. We could do it 6:30. I don't know. Whatever, man. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Anyway, have a pleasant evening, y'all. I will catch up with you tomorrow for more fun.